Every day, what I say, what I do, and what I gotta say. People don't let everything. People say what I gotta say. People do what I do best. People don't let every day. If you don't take me away, people say that I'm a little bit crazy. People say that I'm a. What is up, y'all? How is everybody doing? Good morning. How is everybody doing? What is up? 5 days until my birthday. 5 days until my birthday. We lost. We were at 600 subscribers yesterday. We lost 6 subscribers. Fuck me. What's up, Chip? Yeah. But what is up? And here's the thing, guys. Don't worry about it. Yeah, what is up? How is everybody doing? Yeah, we need to talk about it to take to burn. Yeah. Oh, shut up, Mount Timer. Brian Clouder is on the way to the ring. Da-dum, daddy bum, da-da bum, that's a bum. Kari sing, Kari sing. Hold on, let me buy a game. Give me 1 minute, guys. You're a moron. You're a jackass. Mountain timer. No. Go to work, Brian. Binks is Binks, everybody says Binks. Binks, 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 Binks. Hey, pretty man, tell me something. Hey, pretty man, tell me something. Hey, what's up, guys? How is everybody doing? Premium featured. I paid for I have 13 premium featured, now 12. They just used one. But what is up, guys? How is everybody doing? 5 days until my birthday. And then the 8-hour stream. I sent one to Scott. And one to Corn. Hit, 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 hit. Huh? 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 Cause I want it that way. Tell me why it ain't nothing but a holiday. Tell me why it ain't nothing but a hit day. Cause I want it that way. Cause I want it that way. Ain't nothing but a holiday. Tell me why it ain't nothing but a hit day. Cause I want it that way. Cause I want want it that way. What is up, guys? How is everybody doing? I hope a lot of you guys are staying safe. What is up, guys? How is everyone doing? I hope a lot of you guys are staying safe. I hope everybody is staying safe today, because you know what? Yeah. If anybody wants to tip the stream, here you go. Yes, we do need it. I'm gonna do something. One button. Here's the thing. I'm gonna run. I got a game, and we're gonna run a spin to win. 15-minute, guys. Spin to win is happening. Yeah. All right. Oh, here we go. There's Howdy. Oh, Boombastic. Hold on. Hold on, Matt. Hold on. Let me throw up a. Throw this up. Is this really Matt? Hello.
Yo, what up, dude?
Is this Matt or Boombastic?
This is Matt from Boombastic.
How you doing? Sorry about this Stone Cold Vince photo I had to put up there.
Dude, I'm with it.
Yeah.
PWO, baby. No worries.
What's up? Sorry to bother. Sorry for sending you a link every time for these shows.
Nah, I wanted to come on the show. I like the show.
Thank you.
You know.
I was never told. I was never told to stay away from Boombastic. I was never told that.
I appreciate that. You're a true rebel within the force.
I was never told that. I was never said that. Bobby never told me. The thing is, he was just warning me about who. He was just.
Well, who's not that bad. In my situation, Bobby Nick's kind of become more of an issue than Owen, because Bobby Nick, from what I hear, Bobby Nick's been telling people not to do my shows, which is unfortunate. So yeah, I don't know if you might not have been told, but other people were definitely told. And it might not be Bobby Nick. I assume. I had a talk with Bobby Nick, and Bobby, yeah, he had he was kind of like I don't know. It was like the conversation I had with him. We kind of cleared the air, and I assume things were cool because, affiliation. I mean, anybody can be affiliated to anybody and can be discredited for that, so to speak. You know what I mean? I'm sure I could find people that Bobby Nick talks with that is what's a word, like unsatisfactory, or cause for trouble in the future or something.
Hey, can you tell us a little bit about Boombastic Media, if you don't mind?
I sure can, Jake. I sure can, and thank you for asking, Bob. So Boombastic Media, originally, there's the Boombastic Cast is like the main show on the Boombastic Media Network. It's a network of podcasts. Cast is me and a guy named Alex. We're indie filmmakers. That's kind of our deal. So we started with that show, and then like other shows popped up with us on it. Some shows without us on it. We got like 11 shows on the network now. Anything from, you got Boombastic Cast, you got a paranormal show called Mostly Ghostly. You have a conspiracy show called Behold a Pale Podcast. You have a weed and horror movie related show called Blood and Bud. You've got a show true crime show where they actually talk to the real serial killers called The Lighter Side of Serial Killers with Keith Roveri. We have a show called Wrestle Champs with that person that will go. We'll call him Owen for the situation. Owen's a part of that show. And what else we got here? We got a show called Trauma Mamas, which is Ariana and realities that life dishes you out sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm forgetting a show in there that I'll be reminded of after. But
Gutter Basement.
Ghetto. Oh yeah, of course. That was the show. Well, that was the show, of course, that should, the name. You say that name, it's like Candyman, and the world comes crumbling down. But we got a show called. It used to be, well, when it was Bobby, Nick, and the whole group of them with Owen and stuff, it was called The Ghetto Basement. That was their YouTube page. The show that I wanted to do with Owen was called Owen Doesn't Have Any Friends, because that's kind of like the situation he's in with it, with his podcasting family before the Boombastic Media time. But we had that. He calls it, I believe it's the Boombastic Basement or something like that. I don't know. He's got every show, it's almost a different name. Each episode's almost a different name. It goes back and forth between like the OJ show that he did with Jasmine and TGB banners there. I don't know. I think it's just the TGB YouTube page, so like it's tagged that way, but it's not really a TGB show. I mean, I agree. I was a fan of TGB, and you don't get the TGB unless you have all the people. I feel it's like a band. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, if you want to, by the way, I know a lot of the people from the original TGB, including Bobby, Nick. I
know most of them.
Bobby Friend. I think Bobby Friend's was part of that.
BF's a talented guy. Yeah,
BF Bobby Friend.
I like all the guys. I even like as much as I feel like Bobby Nick is probably the reason telling people not to do the show. It's like that's his issue, I guess. I got no issue with him if he wants to try and, I don't know, stop productivity for other people. He can attempt it, but he really can't do it. He's just kind of making himself look bad to the people he's telling not to do things, because they're missing out on opportunities to do stuff. And I don't know, this is an underground podcast. This is an underground podcast comedy world. It's like you'd want to be friendly with all the people that you can be, like one big community. You'd think, why I need to divide or whatever. I don't understand. That's his way of thinking. So I don't.
Are you guys on Patreon?
Yeah, we're on Patreon at Boombastic Streaming. Boombastic with 2 O's streaming. And like I said, we do the film. So if you go up there, you can get all the podcast, uncut videos of the podcasts, and you can get all like our we got a whole thing. We got like over 20 movies up there. So it's kind of one of those things. I'm gonna Q-tip my hair real quick.
Sorry if I'm like asking questions like this.
Nah, dude, that's what life's all about, asking questions. I'm all for it. I'm an open book, brother.
And also want to ask, are one of the questions I've always asked on this show is because,
mm-hmm.
do you know who Shuli Network is?
Of course I know who Shuli is. I was a big fan of the Stern Show back in the day. And of course I know who Shuli is.
He's got he's luckily Bob Levy came in the clutch and talked. He was me and him had a conversation Tuesday morning.
Yeah,
had to have a conversation Tuesday morning when his wife was actually going to have a colonoscopy done.
Oh, word.
And the thing is, what happened was I was not mad at Shuli. I was mad at Joe Russo.
Okay.
Because Joe Russo is the one that makes all the problems on the show. Joe Russo, or also known as Producer Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also want to say that here's the thing. When I was looking at your channel and stuff, you have all, I'm a movie guy. I'm also a wrestling guy. I
Me
love
too. Yeah.
wrestling. I just watched one of the one of the channels watched the 10 the 10th things that WWE is done poorly, is poorly aged,
Just
and one
10.
of them.
Woo!
But guess
It could be
what?
like 100.
Guess what number 10 was?
Number 10. What?
Jared Fogle being on the show.
Oh,
Fogle.
really? They at least they can admit to it being a mistake.
Having him on the show, but and the number one was
Chris Benoit.
the Money Not Raw when they found out that Chris Benoit died.
Yeah, that's what I thought it might have been because they went on the next night. They went on there and made him look like a hero. You know what I mean? Like they gave him the big send off, the wrestler send off, and then they found out that he supposedly killed folks. Yeah.
On the next night when they found out, they crucified him on ECW.
Literally, they
Vince
drug him
came
on.
on. And here's the thing: I loved watching '90s ECW.
Yeah.
I couldn't stomach. By the way, I couldn't stomach watching ECW back in 2000s,
When it went
2008
with Hollywood. Yeah, because it went Hollywood.
Yeah,
I agree.
they didn't. Here's the thing: you didn't have a lot of you guys that made that company.
Yeah.
Vince actually, one of the things that they should have put on there is when Vince McMahon called John Cena the N-word.
Yeah, well, they don't want to think of. They want everybody to forget that stuff. They're not gonna. It's not all the bad things that Vinnie Mac did, because I'm sure his rape allegations or whatever would probably be number one. Yeah. The Booker T calling Hogan, dropping the N-bomb on Hogan. That was a big one.
Yeah, that was WCW. That wasn't WWE. This was.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, because you don't count. If you count WCW, you got to count some of Vince Russo's bookings, including Judy Bagwell on a forklift match.
Yeah,
that was one of the worst booking matches ever.
Yeah,
putting someone on a forklift, that's not funny. Those forklifts, people die.
Why do you think the Russo era went so crazy? Do you think there was drugs involved, or you think it was just the do whatever you want to do type of deal?
You want to hear something really funny?
Yeah.
When Jerry Springer died, Jerry Springer died.
Yeah.
When he died, Vince Russo wrote a tweet says Jerry Springer is the reason why we had the Attitude Era. Him and Ferrara, Vince Russo and Ferrara stayed up and watched shows so they can get storylines for the shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Also, I knew the Iron Sheik was sick.
Oh, you didn't, or you did?
No, I knew about it because they brought it up on Most Wanted Treasures. They went to get the clubs.
Yeah.
The Peruvian clubs that.
Right. See, I didn't even know what he died. He died of a sickness. I didn't even know what he died of. I just.
We do. Here's the thing. We do support. Like, I love what they're doing now. WWE is doing, trying to get the treasures back.
Yeah.
But one of the things that they might try to get back, I hope they get back. I don't know if they still have it, but where is some of the, one of the iconic things of WWE was, they try to get the belt back from Medusa, the one that she trashed. Remember WCW, Nitro?
Yep.
Medusa took the belt and trashed the belt.
Yeah.
But, sorry if I'm rambling on.
No, I love it, dude. It's good.
And here's the thing. I love talking wrestling. That's something but it because of other channels talk wrestling, like Joe Cronin, JD. Sometimes I've seen channels come and go because of wrestling.
There's a lot, yeah.
Because they think they're going to get 1 million subscribers, they'll use Joe Cronin's name. They'll use JD's name. You know who those guys are.
Right. I think the issue is like there's so many people like wrestling and everybody does a show that people end up talking about the same stuff because it's really just it's a lot of the same opinions, you know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
there is that effect of people they'll start. I know a few people that have started a podcast and after the first week they weren't rich, so they quit. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, it's much like anything. You really got to appreciate and like doing it, and it's more of a longevity thing. You know, you
Yeah.
stay in there long enough, everything will
I've
start
been
to
doing it
build.
for 7 years. I've been doing YouTube for 7 years, and I love this business. I've
Yeah.
I've had to make I've had to I've had to rebuild. But you know what? The
Hmm.
thing is, that's I'm a fighter. I will fight for the right to do this. And if they don't, people don't. You know, here's the thing. I know Bobby Nick's gonna be mad at me for having you on. I
He
know Bobby
shouldn't.
Nick.
Realistically, he shouldn't be though. That's the issue. Like,
I'm
what's
not bashing
realistically like?
him.
Want to hear a fun fact? Bobby Nick was on one of my shows, like an episode of one of my shows with him released while he was being crazy, while he was being this way. So Bobby Nick's kind of a lunatic dude, I feel. I don't know. I think he's driven by emotion, and they might not be the best of emotions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've
Hey.
heard things about Bob though, so you know it just kind of fits the character I've been hearing about, unfortunately.
Yeah. By the
Yeah,
way, that was a nice Mike Myers impersonation you did.
thank you. I
Hey, you did. You know, I know what Austin Powers is. I know the
Mhm.
movie. I love Austin Powers.
Classic, yeah.
Yeah, it's a classic. But I was gonna. Uh, what do you know about Bar Rescue?
Oh, the show. I
Yes.
know that's what John Taffer hosts it. I know that
Yeah.
it came to a few restaurants in my neck of the woods, and they actually left because the restaurants just didn't give a fuck, or they were so bad they couldn't be fixed. I know a
Oh,
couple within like, yeah.
can you tell me? You don't have to what state?
Oh, Massachusetts.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I remember one of the bars there. I remember one of the bars. Was that the Chicken Bone?
All I know about bars in Massachusetts, every time I go to a bar in Massachusetts, there's a picture of me that Bobby Nick had put up that says, "Do not serve this man." So I gotta go. I gotta go to a different bar. It's very sad. So when I talk about bar stuff, the bar rescue is rescuing me. I want to go to a nice, fine establishment without my picture hung up from Canada, Canadian pictures. A little Canadian flag
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah. You know, one of my favorite things. By the way, I know a few bars that were there that were in Boston, but
Yeah.
Cheers
Oh,
was from
legendary, dude. Legendary bar.
Cheers, and you know, here's the thing: everybody knows your name,
Yeah.
and you know that that show's been on. That show's not been on for years, but you still hear every time you hear the song. It's iconic.
Yeah.
You
Oh, for
know,
sure. Well, if you listen, what's funny is if you go listen to that full song, the part they cut out for the show is very cool. But if you listen to the full 3 minute song, it actually gets really dark. It's like a really dark song. Same thing with like the MASH theme song. I don't know if you ever listened to the theme song with MASH, but that music is taken from a song that Robert Altman's son actually made for the movie MASH. But the whole song's about how suicide is like a good option. It's like the darkest song I've ever heard in my
oh,
life.
all right.
What it's called?
Suicide's painless.
Suicide's painless. Exactly. Yeah, dude.
I
That's
um
probably
I
yeah.
knew the song. I knew what you were talking about. You know the thing is I've listened to all. Do not jump when you are 3 a.m. Do not jump in a wormhole on Spotify because you'll hear
For
all
sure.
the TV theme songs that the full ones. But I want to talk about one of my one of the things that I've always talked about on this show
Mm,
is this is not a show for the faint-hearted because I talk topics where you have to give a. I've had. Sorry, I'm a little nervous here.
don't be nervous.
The reason I'm nervous is because I'm worried that you're going to get mad at me and throw a copyright claim on me or have me take this video down.
What is it of me?
No, I actually did a show with a guy, and then he got mad at me and told me to take all the videos down.
Oh,
I had to take all this.
I don't, I don't ask Bobby Nick to take down the video when I was on his show, and he's trying to get people not to do my show. So I'm not gonna copyright claim. I'm pretty go with the flow, man. You can pull up naked pictures of me, and I'll just smile and say that's a big dick, huh? That's a big dick. So whatever you got, man. Don't feel nervous. Just roll with
Yeah,
it.
because the thing is, it's like all these people. We're having. By the way, I know Bobby Nick has you haven't heard, but 5 days until my birthday, we're doing an 8-hour stream. Howdy.
Wow, those 8 hour streams are a little too much. I will say that, and that's any 8 hours
Yeah,
is quite a hike. Yeah.
yeah, but I got friends that are gonna come on. By the
Well, that's
way,
cool.
do you know there's a manager called Howdy Price?
No, I can't. Not off the top of my head.
He's an indie wrestler. He's an indie
Okay.
guy. I know who. Since you live in Mass, you know who Joe Cronin is, right?
Yeah.
The wrestling YouTuber. He. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
He became one of my friends. And then I was told not to be friends with him by another YouTuber.
That's so weird. Why does that happen? I don't know.
And
Is it
and then
jealous? Is
and
it
then
jealousy? Is it jealousy? What is,
jealousy, and also the guy wanted my friend Chris Peeps, who lives in Strong Island, New York.
yeah. Strong Island.
Strong,
Yeah.
Strong Island, Strong Island. What people don't understand? Why does Bobby Bobby Nick hate the show?
My show.
Why, why does he hate the show? But he was part of the he he was doing your show beforehand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, he was doing your show,
Well,
and then
well, this,
is it because of Owen?
supposedly it's from Owen, but it got so deep that I wonder if there's more to it than just that, because it's very weird. Like he'd be upset that Owen's show was on the network. Like realistically, anybody that wants to have a show with our network, like we're pretty welcoming. Like not that
Yeah,
Bobby Nick would come here, but like at a time and a place. When me and Bobby Nick were friendly, like there's a lot of the same things that we relate to when we like things. So like it's very possible that we could have ended up on a show, and maybe he's upset for that. I don't know what the deal is, but I can understand him being upset with Owen, but I believe him and Owen are cool now, or at least this week they are. That's how it goes with them. But
yeah,
yeah, unfortunately, I don't know, dude. Bobby Nick just seems to be a dude who's just angry, and whoever's lucky enough to be in the target of that anger is just, it's not even their fault. It's just somebody has to be in the target of the anger, I assume. Like I said, when I talked to Bobby Nick, everything was cool. All the weird shit, all the weird shady shit was done behind the scenes, not in front of me. It was like I found out there was an issue because I was supposed to have Scotty on the Behold the Pale podcast show, which they were all on. I had them and Andrew on it. And I hit him up that morning for just to be like, okay, cool, recheck confirmation. And I was like, we still on for today? And he's like, I was, but I woke up to an email from somebody, and he didn't want to get too deep into it, and I don't blame him. You know what I mean? Scotty's a good dude. He's a funny dude. He's in it for the ride. You know what I mean? He's a good dude. I don't think he's fully invested. I think Bobby Nick might be invested to the point where he thinks he's going to make a career out of it or something, but
yeah,
I don't think so. It's kind of a young man's game, realistically, and I think he's
yeah.
kind of not quite there.
But I also want to say that the shows that he does, he's the silent guy on BYB.
I've
But
heard that. Yeah, I've never seen BYB, and I don't know too much about the show, but I have heard that he's just a chair filler. That's what I've been told.
yeah,
But it is what it is. So sometimes chair fillers are needed on shows, but
yeah,
yeah, he was that on TGB, he was kind of a seat filler as well. Every now and then it'd have something to say, I guess. I don't know. All I remember was however many cigarettes he smoked. That was like his segment for TGB. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
also want to say, I'm sorry to
yeah.
interrupt.
No, it's all good, dude. It's all good. It's your show.
I just also want to bring up the fact that, what did you think about on Bar Rescue when they had Jim Norton, Sam Roberts on the show?
Well, Jim and Sam are always fun. You know what I mean? Jim more so. I like Sam. That laugh, Sam's laugh does kill me a little bit, but
Yeah,
every man's allowed to laugh. I can't take that away from him. I'm not Bobby.
yeah,
And yeah, so it's one of those deals. Sam lucked out huge. He's a big wrestling fan. I know he's working with WWE, so he's gonna
yeah,
get down for him. Yeah. I was surprised to see him show up on Bar Rescue, to tell you the truth. I thought that was kind of a deep cut. You know what I mean? It's like there's an audience, I think, that know. It's kind of like the underground comedy scene. It's like all of us know these people and love them, but if you step outside and ask like a regular Joe Blow person at the grocery store if they know who somebody is, like if they know who Shuley is, they don't know who Shuley is. And that's no offense to Shuley. It's just two different worlds. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's why I figured there'd be more of a unity within the podcasting community here, because there's such a small market. I figured why wouldn't people be cool and create good content together? But much like everything, I guess there's jealousies and bitternesses. Those two big words people hearing.
BYB when BYB found out that Owen was coming back.
Yeah.
They did a when Owen did his first show, BYB did a snipe stream and we did it, and that's why I found out about Jasmine, aka Bobby Nick's daughter.
Well, that's a big reason why Bobby Nick and Owen have issue. But like I said, depending on the week, they don't have issues. So I don't know why Bobby Nick would have an issue with people. And I wasn't even on Owen's show until recently, realistically. So all the time that he was upset, I wasn't even on Owen's show. It was on the network, but there's 11 shows on the network. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know Bobby Nick is going to message me when he sees this and says, why did you have this guy on the show? But the thing is, it's like,
because it's your show. Tell him.
He's had people that I didn't like on the show. He had Husey,
and he will continue though. He's a hypocrite, dude. He's a dude that goes, I don't like this, change it to make me happy, but I will never do anything to help you or change something to make you happy. It's called a hypocrite. That's what Bobby Nick is.
But the problem is, it's like he tries to say, oh, I'm doing this to do that. But the reason why I've never I was never told to not be friends with you, Matt. I was just like, but the thing is, it's like earlier this year, if this happened earlier this year, I would have blocked you. I would never block people out because I need these people as my friends. I need other people because, I don't care if it's Shirley Network, Boombastic, Russo brand. I don't care who gets the views. Here's the thing, because we are all in this together.
Right.
We're not trying to be like, oh, don't play this. Dude, I see so many people fail without a friendship, and sometimes
that's where it is. You need a unity, a group, That's that with anything trying to get to the next level and get bigger. Like even in the film world, I used to always use this I'd tell people this. It'd be like, you take a hand, right? And you got you're one person, it's like you're going to do more impact with that one finger, or if you put 5 fingers together and throw a punch, you're going to get more of an impact with 5 fingers throwing the punch than that one person. So like, why not be a part of a community of like-minded people that all go for if everybody went back and forth and was cool, dude, like this whole underground comedy scene would be bigger than it is. You know what I mean? And people would be happier, dude. I turn on people's shows and they look like they're getting ready to fucking kill themselves off. They're so miserable. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't be worried
Yeah.
about Bobby Nick, because what can Bobby Nick really do? Like, not have you on No Filter, not have you on fucking
Weird stuff.
weird stuff? Like, that's not really, I don't know, dude. There's so
It's
many
not
different
even his shit. Here's the thing. I do so many shows a day. Today was
yeah,
supposed to be today because I'm supposed to not do shows today
yeah,
because today was a rest day. But I wanted to do this stream because I wanted to get I want to get my watch hours up. So I gotta keep grinding. I gotta keep up the pace
yeah.
because
No,
you gotta realize. Here's the thing: you gotta realize sometimes you gotta lay it all on the line to keep someone happy. And if you don't like the way I'm living, Bobby Nick knows where the door is.
for sure. That's how I feel about things. It's like,
Yeah,
you got No Filter. No offense to Andrew and Scotty,
Scott,
but it's like,
Stormy.
dude, No Filter. Last time I watched No Filter, it was literally them watching YouTube videos the entire time, commenting on it, which is like, it's like, why don't you just watch the actual YouTube link of the video without them watching? It's like you're watching them watch a video. And then Andrew's sleep stream. I like Andrew, but those sleep streams are fucking, my God, dude. My God. I think you watch enough of them, you start to get depressed and go, what am I doing with my fucking life?
Good morning, Dave. Good morning, Dave Dafla. How you doing this morning?
What up, Dave?
Dave Dafla.
Me and Dave go way back. Me and Dave go way back, dude.
Yeah.
Like 40 years.
His bird died.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks.
Dave's bird passed away.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. And I did donate in honor of Dave's bird. I donated $5 to ASPCA.
Very cool.
Yeah, that is something that people don't realize. I do support animals. I love animals. Hi, howdy. It's Matt from Boom. Hey, Dave. It's Matt from Boom Bassett Media.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll switch it up.
It's Matt from Boom Bassett. Boom Bassett Media. Yeah. I know OJ's laying down right now. Or no, OJ said he was gonna do a rest day today.
OJ Simpson?
No, Obnoxious John, my producer.
Yeah, I know. I see him on there. He's a cool guy.
Yeah. By the way, if you watched the Rumble show, you saw me without a shirt. You watched the Rumble thing from yesterday. You saw me without a shirt.
That's a lot of jerk off material there. I will say that. I took mental pictures,
Yeah. But I also want to say thank you to Matt from Matt. If you need me to come on one time, just let me know and I'll come on.
Dude, I'm all about the community. Anybody that wants to come on my show and vice versa, dude, I'm very open to it. It's fun. It's a lot of fun, This is what we get into it for, is to have cool conversations with people that aren't even near you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, I got a question.
Yeah.
Since you live in Mass, we got to talk about Gloucester. Gloucester.
Yeah.
The tuna fishery in Gloucester.
Hell yeah. Now we're talking about.
Please understand that my head is not firing off cylinder. That's good. No, he had his name as Howdy all the time, Dave.
Oh yeah, I guess that was in there for whatever. Howdy's just I think last time I went on something as like a test. You know how you go in the chat, the fucking green room dealio? I think I just threw whatever in and it just stuck from last time.
Yeah. I also want to ask this question about so many people are wondering, what was your, by the way, we'll talk about this. What do you think about the Wahlburgers? They had several restaurants Wahlberg's had several restaurants in Mass. What do you think about that?
They still do. I think, it's mainly, Marky Mark comes to it every now and then. I have one like maybe 25 minutes away from me. from what I hear, I can only speculate that it's, you know, it might not be worth the money they try and charge you. The funny thing about Wahlburgers is and people don't know this about Marky Mark, is Marky Mark had a criminal record for being kind of a douchebag back in the day, where he did some hate crimes. People don't like to talk about them, was against Asian people and the African American folks. And the thing I always remember is like, he did all this crazy shit, never apologized for it. Then after Wahlburgers opened up, he was trying to get a Wahlburgers put in Vegas, and you can't, because of the mafia. They made rules because of the mafia, where if you're a felon or whatever, you can't own and operate a business in Vegas. That was how they kept the mafia out. And because he had that record, he went publicly and apologized for it, just to try and get Wahlburgers in Vegas, and it never happened. I get all types of weird, because Marky Mark's one of our a big heroic heroes from Massachusetts, if you will, one of the ones who broke out and made good, so to speak. But I'm not really a Marky Mark fan, to tell you the truth. I think he's a little too much. I'm more of I like Matt Damon and Affleck more than Ben Affleck more than I like Marky Mark's. Always been a weird dude. He's always been very unlikable to me.
Yeah.
And the fact he's 60 years old dressing like a 14-year-old, there's something to be said about that. There's something weird about that I can't quite put my finger on it. But you know, I don't know. To tell you the truth, I'm gonna have Bobby Nick hit up Mark Wahlberg and tell him not to talk to me anymore. So I don't want to talk to Mark Wahlberg. He's troublesome. But in the film side of things, if he had money, I would absolutely take his money. There was a dude named yeah.
Sorry. Marky Mark reminds me of today's Logan Paul, a cheat and a thief.
Yeah.
Logan Paul's actually signed an extension of his contract with World Wrestling Entertainment.
I can't hate on Logan, because Logan's actually killing it right now in his life. He's doing whatever he wants to do, and the fact that if he could get an extended contract with WWE, then I say that's kind of a good thing, because Logan Paul is a big deal right now, and the WWE in itself. I mean, there's been nothing really too crazy lately that makes me go, ooh, wow, gotta watch.
But one of the things that he needs to do, WWE needs to do, is they need to, because he had all this media team, they need to scroll. The one thing that if they wanted to make Logan, I don't like Logan because of one thing: him going to Japan and filming the Suicide Forest video. That's not funny. Suicide is not funny.
It ain't painless either, like the MASH song. Now, did he stumble into it, or did he make fun of the body after he found it? I don't really know the full story.
He was there looking for a body. He was there in that forest looking for a body.
And he found it. Yeah, I was looking for a body, and I found it. Well, I mean, then the forest was known for, that's where like people go to commit suicide. Yeah. It's a very sad thing, but it's like, it's weird, you know. That was on the ride. That was the thing that really made him blow up, I think, in his YouTube page. That was the official boom.
And let's not talk about Crypto Zoo. We're not going to be talking about Logan Paul's failed Crypto Zoo, because that is not worth our time to talk about a failed creator, a failed NFTs. That's all scams.
NFTs are a huge fucking scam. Huge scam, dude. I remember when those first popped off, dude, and there was like musicians being like, yo, you're gonna buy these NFTs, and people were spending ridiculous money to get them, and at the end of the day, it's like worthless. You know what I mean? It's like, it was just a racket to make money.
Yeah. Dave Dappler is basically what he does. He does stocks and bonds and stuff. Word. So me and him had a conversation about it on the phone privately. And one of the things that he says, and the one question I asked him is, what do you think about AMC?
The theater?
That was the stock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see you got the movie stuff behind you.
Yeah.
I see a chicken. Is that a chicken?
What, above me to my right over here?
Yeah.
That right,
The poster.
that right
The
there.
poster.
That's actually an ICP poster from the Wraith album. That album, that poster and the album turned like 20 years old, I think, yesterday. I got that ICP. I was a big, well, I still like ICP, but they came around to release that album. And that, for the Six Jokers card, for anybody out there that knows ICP, that was supposed to be a big deal. And they released it. They did a couple different like listening parties, and ICP ended up in Boston. And I went to it, very cool. And then I grabbed that off the wall when we were leaving. So good album, good album. Nobody out here probably wants to hear about ICP though. That's for sure.
By the way, one of the things we're thinking about doing, me and OJ are going to do
Yeah.
on Rumble, we're actually going to be watching old pay-per-views, and the one that I want to watch fully is Bloodsport, not Bloodsport, Bloody Mania, from the first Bloody Mania.
No, Stranglemania. Oh, well, there's two. There is Bloody Mania was later, and Stranglemania is the originals.
JCW.
Yeah, JCW, Championship Wrestling. You know, we do some of that on Wrestle Champs too on the Patreon. We'll watch along with some. Yeah, Stranglemania is one we're hoping to get into. We can't do the commentary, and some of the best stuff of Stranglemania is the commentary. You know what I mean? So, but very violent.
You also have like people. You know, you have Poga. Also, one of the things. Guess who was on? Honest John, one of the manager of not Yoko, of who's that guy? The one that used the fork to bleed himself.
Oh, Abdullah the Butcher? Yeah, Abdullah the Butcher. That's his name. He has his own Chinese food restaurant.
Yeah, what's up, Wizard? What's up, Zoom? How you doing?
Woo!
I also
woo!
And like I'm just like, what I worry about, like there's so many people want to be in the business. You know, you could, here's the thing, you're an owner of a company and you're come talking to me, and a lot of people you have like a lot of shows you do. You could have told me you were busy, but you came here and talked to me. Thank you.
Who, me?
You could have said that I was busy. You could have said you didn't have time to do my show, but you had time. Thank you.
Anytime, dude. I make room for Jake. Right now, we're in the middle of prepping a new film, so it's a little tough. But I had some time in the morning, and I said I've been trying to get on and talk to Jake. Let me pop on and talk to Jake.
Yeah.
I appreciate.
You know, I want to also bring out the fact that one of my least favorite pay-per-views to watch, and I try to avoid watching it like the plague. One of my least favorite was I hate to say this, do not watch like anything from the TNA stuff back in the day.
Yeah.
I cringed at some of the bleeding stuff from like 2010, the Hogan era.
Yeah.
Because that was so much blood. And Nigel McGuinness ended up getting hyped. Nigel McGuinness, aka Desmond Wolfe, ended up contracting hepatitis C because of that, because of all the blading and all the blood in TNA.
Well, Abdullah, the dude you were talking about before, Abdullah the Butcher, was like, he had a lot of heat in wrestling because he was still blading himself and other people when he knew he had Hep C. So like that's why he had heat, because he was kind of irresponsible. Well, not kind of, but he was very irresponsible, and like was, you know, Matthew Johnson when Matthew Johnson was handing out that AIDS, 20 years ago. Paula Abdul, Abdullah the Butcher was giving out his own little gift, some Hep C. Some people give Yankee candles, some people give Hep C. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I love your cup, by the way.
Huh?
I love your cup. The cup that you just
you.
figure.
This is a
The
Walt.
turtle
Yeah, kick some
turtles.
baby. I came here to kick some shell and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
Yeah, I've actually I love the turtles.
Hell yeah.
I cannot watch the Nickelodeon version of shows.
Mm.
They turn here.
Hello. We just had Kevin Eastman. Hopefully, this is still recording. We just had Kevin Eastman on the Boombastic cast on the
Good.
Boombastic Media YouTube. Yeah.
I've watched a good episode, and then I have to watch Teen Titans Go, the bad one.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the Turtles is it's every generation. It's so huge. Every generation will have its version of it. You know what I mean? Like we have a whole new TV version right now, and there's a new movie coming out in like a week or something. Seth Rogen produced. So it should be all right. Like I was saying, we had Kevin Eastman, one of the creators of the Ninja Turtle, on the Boombastic cast. If anybody wants to check it out, it's up on the YouTube page now. And we were talking to him about, it's just every Turtles is one of those things that it'll never go away. It's like every generation loves it, and they never stop loving. Like we love the old movies, the old cartoons. And there's people being born today that'll like Ninja Turtles that comes out in 10 years. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those. It's really the only franchise. It's like the biggest. Like, we try and think of those, like G.I. Joe, they don't really redo. Ghostbusters, they don't really do. Thundercats, they don't redo. There's so many different shows that they don't. He-Man, they kind of redid, but everybody hated it. But, like, the Turtles will always. Something about the mutant thing and the fact they do karate. I think kids will always love it.
Shredder's Revenge.
Oh, the game, great game. I love that game. I bought that game. I paid money for that game.
Yeah.
That was the last gift that Bobby Nick gave me, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at that.
Yeah. Oh, you get into action figures at all?
What?
Toys, action figures?
I've had them before. I know you have a lot of action figures that are shelved there.
So I wanted to show you real quick. Yeah, like Ninja Turtles just did a re-release of all their old. They did all their old figures, and look at that. It was so groundbreaking. It fucking moved the world over here. But yeah, like they're done up just like they were like fucking in the 80s, which is nice.
Yeah. One of the things that I've always asked my fans, I always ask people in the business is, have you ever worked? One of my favorite movies from the 80s was Smokey and the Bandit.
Right. Classic.
What did have you ever worked with Burt Reynolds? Have you ever had a chance to work with any of the stars?
No. Funny story is I did a movie called House Across the Street a few years back, and we had some name actors in that. And at one point, we were talking to Burt Reynolds' people about having him in the film, but it didn't work out. We ended up getting Alex Rocco, the guy who played Mo Green from The Godfather, ended up, rest in peace, he passed away. He ended up playing the part. But yeah, for a split second, we were going to have Burt Reynolds play that part. Yeah.
Vintage or 30th anniversary figure?
30th anniversary figure.
Was that a vintage or a 30th anniversary?
Oh, this was 30th anniversary. Yeah. All my vintage from my kid. I opened up, played with, lost.
Hey, someone is asking if Lloyd Kaufman is an inspiration and an indie filmmaker.
Yeah, I've worked with Lloyd a handful of times. He was in my first film, Stupaman, which can be seen on our Patreon page. But yeah, Lloyd's a great dude. Anybody that picks up a camera with no money and just tries to make something, I think would find a lot of influence in Lloyd. I mean, you take like The Toxic Avenger, which is one of my favorite Lloyd movies and probably one of the most influential movies. It's very campy and gory and weird, but like it shows you that you don't need $1 million to make something entertaining. The most valuable part of that experience.
Cut
Yeah,
of the
I always find
Jib. I'm sorry.
influential.
The cut of the Jib says my favorite in the '80s were Loverboy, Can't Buy Me Love, Cocktail, and so many great movies.
Dude, Loverboy is a fucking great movie. I love Loverboy. Can't Buy Me Love is all right too, but Loverboy, dude. I'm glad that guy brought up Loverboy. I fucking love that movie, dude. With Patrick Dempsey, classic. Nobody talks about that as much as they should. So kudos to whoever brought that up.
Cut of the Jib is actually a good friend of mine. He does like music and stuff.
Word.
But James Banks, that's amazing. I'm a fan of his work. He's talking about Lloyd's work.
Yeah.
Gotta check out Matt's stuff. Matt, I'm gonna get a YouTube channel if you don't mind.
Yeah. Boombastic Media. Boombastic with 2 O's. The media on YouTube. You can go there. You'll find some short films. You'll find some trailers, interviews with us, with the people from Boom. You'll find all the Boombastic cast interviews. We interview a lot of people from films and music and all types of pop culture. We release an interview once a month. We have an audio show that releases twice, but the once a month is usually like a guest. So it's usually somebody people care to kind of watch and learn about.
By the way, you had a Boombastic Cast season 5, episode 7, 5 days ago.
Yeah. Taco.
Oh,
We
sorry
were,
if I'm late.
we
You
were
do it
putting
on
on the
Zoom?
Brits. Huh?
You put it on Zoom? Do you do it on Zoom?
Yeah, we do it on Zoom. I might switch over to StreamYard because it's better. People love it. You can do more stuff with it. But right now we're Zoom. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, if anybody that wants to go check out Boombastic's YouTube page, it's right there. Boombastic Media is a great company. You know, here's the thing. A lot of other people in the media world, a lot of the big guys, they don't want to come and do someone's show like myself.
Yeah.
So I know you're a busy person. You're
Mm,
the, I know that you're like working on projects right now.
yeah.
So thank you for taking the time out of your day. I think I'm gonna might end right now.
Sounds
I'm
good.
gonna
So,
might
well, thank
end. So, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to check out the channel. Matt, thank you for, I also want to give a really big thank you. By the way, also check out Boombastic Media. Check out all. Also, if you are, I might do a stream later in the day. I don't know. I gotta I gotta do some stuff, but until again, keep your grease side to the pavement, drive safe, and Matt, stay behind us. I want to talk to you off camera. Thank you.